Welcome back to US 50. Previously, I've documented everything from Missouri all the way to California in the West. The first series of videos was actually Kansas to California, and then I came back and did Missouri about a year or so later, and now we're going to finish it on out to the east. We're starting in St. Louis. That's where we left off the last video in Missouri, crossing the Mississippi River, and it's about 166 miles across Illinois, and we end up crossing into Indiana in Vincennes and the Wabash River. So a couple rivers on the state boundaries. And it's interesting because this path was basically the path that George Rogers Clark took in the Revolutionary War. He basically went this direction, probably close to US 50. And he had come down from Kaskaskia. If you've watched the 10 smallest towns in Illinois video I did, you'll know about Kaskaskia, and picked up some kind of a militia there, came down to this area of St. Louis and headed east and all the way to Vincennes, which is basically where we're ending this video. So I think there's a lot of small towns. There's parts of it where there's today's version of US 50, and then there's like Old 50. So we're going to follow Old 50 as much as we can. And if anything that's within a mile or two of 50, we're going to stop. We're going to at least take a little quick trip through the town to see what it looks like, give you a little bit of fun facts on the screen. But this is a kind of a road trip video where we're not, stopping and doing a ton of exploring around museums and things like that. This is just basically, this is US 50, and here's a bunch of towns and landmarks in between the border here on the Missouri-Illinois side all the way to the Illinois-Indiana side. So let's get over the Mississippi River and get started. So we're right there at the Mississippi River. You can see where US 50 came in from Missouri. We cross over, and then we head a little bit northeast. I actually go up and visit a historic town, but then I'll come back down to Stoll. You can see how US 50 goes kind of around St. Louis in the Illinois side. As we head east, we're going to try to get through this as quick as we can through some of these St. Louis suburbs. And you notice how there's 50, and you see the railroad tracks right there that go through O'Fallon. And then you'll see over here where it says Old US 50. So we're going to try to stay on Old US 50 as much as we can. You can see how it connects the towns. That was where the road originally went through because it was more convenient to go through the towns for travelers, but then it bypassed, so the newer US 50 bypasses those towns. Kind of feels like I'm still in St. Louis, but I am finding a few interesting things. Usually we kind of blow right past the big cities, and there's a lot I'm going past, places to see, but definitely want to get out more into the wide open, to the smaller towns. But yeah, there's a couple cool things we've seen so far. Hopefully we'll see more right ahead. As we continue on, you can see how old Highway 50 runs just a little bit south of today's 50 until we get to Carlisle, where south of Carlisle Lake that it joins back up and pretty much stays like that all the way to Salem.
I've come to the end of the day, and Salem, that was the last town today, because I was trying to find somewhere to stay, and either the hotels around here were a little more expensive than I wanted, at least the ones that are nice, or they didn't have very good ratings. So I actually am going to drive down to Mount Vernon and stay at kind of a chain hotel that's inexpensive but decent. So yeah, we'll pick up tomorrow here in Salem, and about halfway through Illinois, we'll get the second half tomorrow. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of that video. And now that you're here, let me tell you a little bit about some of the extras that we have on the channel. One of the things you can do is you can become a member. There's 3 levels. There's the supporter level, there's the producer level, and the executive producer level. And all 3 levels have different perks, and as you are more supportive financially, there's more perks. We have extra videos every week and a lot of fun stuff going on in the member section. If you haven't done so, make sure you check out travelwithawiseguy.com. We've got lots of extra stuff on there, and one of the things is merchandise. You can get you Travel with a Wise Guy t-shirt. We have Death Go Round t-shirts. We have some coffee mugs, different things that are a lot of fun, and people seem to have enjoyed. Good quality there. Also on the website, you can do things like check out the Google map. I have a pin dropped in every place I've done videos about, then a link to the video, so you can look at the map, and maybe there's somewhere where you live or somewhere you want to go. You can check out that map, and it seemed to be a very popular thing. You can sign up for my newsletter. I do that about every 3 weeks. It's totally free. And there's also all kinds of other links and tidbits in there, old videos, podcasts, just everything I could think of I throw on the website. So make sure you check out travelwithawiseguy.com.